Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Dices, and it's another Nintendo Ninja News show where we talk a bit about myself and a topic. Today is a bit of a special day. I'm heading off to Sydney for the EB Games Expo, and I'm really, really nervous. I'm very nervous about heading off and doing all that sort of stuff. The event is on tomorrow, and I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to do this. So it's been a very interesting time for me. Hopefully, I get everything right. I've got the bags packed and all that sort of thing. So we're all hoping that everything works out quite well. It's been raining here in Canberra. It's going to be raining in Sydney, which is 300 kilometres away. For those overseas who have no idea about these locations here in Australia. But yeah, I'm just a little bit of the nerves at the moment, and that will only just increase until tomorrow, until I'm actually there and working at the plans and working out what I can do and film. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we bring back some very cool content and see what's there. So, the topic I guess we're talking about is the NX console, and I think this is going to be one of the last ones we'll be talking about in terms of content. And so we're talking about sort of the concerns I have about the NX console, and it's not about the games. I think the games will be good. My concerns is number one is the marketing. Nintendo has really not gotten the marketing very well over the past few years. The Wii U was a disaster in terms of trying to talk about what this console was about, and with this tablet controller they were making in the R&D section, and they were doing that before the era of tablets came out. Your game pads and not game pads, your iPads and Galaxy tabs and things like that came out. And by the time the Wii U actually came out, a lot of people already had these tablets, and they were, the gimmick of the console was not that innovative. It wasn't that different. And while the off TV mode was great, it was really suited for Japan, where they live in small units, I guess like myself, and they have one main TV only, where here in Australia and especially America, there's probably a television in each room. One for your lounge room, one for your Ninja News room, maybe one for the bedroom, maybe one for the bathroom as well. So you could just move your Wii U and put it into other TVs and that, which was the issue. And I think that's a really big thing. Now, during the Wii U times, I think the best marketing they did was Splatoon. I think that was marketed very, very well, and it sold very well because of it. There was a new IP, and hopefully that will be turned into a new franchise. Obviously, it needs about 3 more games to call it a franchise, I would say. But it's definitely a game that I think can be used as a sequel in the future. I think that is the defining game of the Wii U until Breath of the Wild comes, in terms of that must-have game that you'll have, and something that you'll remember from 10 or 20 years' time. Where I think with the Wii U, I think most of the games you can say they were extremely well polished and well done, but there's nothing in the library that makes you really think of a game that stands out. Like, with the N64. When you think of the N64, you immediately think of Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64, where it changed the landscape of 3D games. Or the Nintendo Entertainment System with Super Mario Brothers. Or with the Super Nintendo with Super Mario World or Link to the Past. The Wii U hasn't quite got that sort of game. The other concern is the reveal time. Now, I feel like October is really the last month they can really reveal it without some sort of damage to the marketing, and it is definitely attached to the marketing skills. If they reveal it in January with only 2 months to go, I think they're going to have problems trying to promote it and get it out there. Now, They're not an Apple, they're not a Samsung, they're not a great big company that can announce something and it comes out in a few weeks' time and everyone goes out and buys it. With phones, it's an everyday item. It's something that you have on you all the time. It's almost a necessity for people. It's something they upgrade every year or 2 or 3 years, or maybe 3 years like myself. And with Nintendo, it's they sell products that you don't have to have. And with Nintendo's marketing issues over the past few years, it hasn't been very good. Now, obviously, we're starting to see some small marketing changes in terms of they've gone back to the red and white logo. There's no play like this, a new tag line that they've got. And I would say even with the NES Mini console, they did a slam dunk on the ad that they showed to everyone online, and that seems like a bit of a return to Nintendo's much better marketing from the Wii era and the N64 and Super Nintendo and things like that. So I would say those are my two concerns about it. I'm not too sure about the gimmicks, the detachable controls and things like that, but they do need to have a clear message about what this console is, what it does, and what's the benefit of actually owning this console, apart from great Nintendo games. And hopefully third-party devs jump on board this. I know there seems to be a little bit of excitement about it from third-party devs, and there's been positive things about it, but some of those lines have been used for the Wii U too. And hopefully Nintendo can get this right, because they can't, and they have an aging Nintendo 3DS, which is pushing on to 6 years old. They can't keep on living off that forever, as sales are steadily going down. Obviously, those sales will stay about the same or increase with Pokemon Sun and Moon, but they do need to get their shit together, and hopefully they can. So they're my two concerns in terms of getting the reveal time and day right, and their marketing issues. I think the games will be fine. I think they will be great, but it's something that needs to be taken care of and addressed, and I hope that works out for them. Now, for me, I'm a little bit nervous going to this convention thing and all that sort of working out, but I hope that Nintendo does not reveal this thing during the weekend. You can reveal it on... Hang on, I'm going to tell Nintendo when. When do I get back home? Saturday night. You can reveal it Saturday night, Australia time, on October the 1st. Don't you reveal it today or tomorrow or during the day of Saturday, or I will have to send my own Nintendo Ninjas after you. Or 3 or 4. So, I guess we'll bring this video to a close, and hopefully they can get things working. So that is it for me for the next couple of days. There will be no videos, so go back and watch the 400 videos I've done, or the Nintendo Historia. That's coming back next month in October, and I do have fun doing those videos. So that's it from me, and I shall see you later on.